What's up, everybody? This is the Doxing Man here, and today we're talking about my future ex-wife, the Doxing Woman, aka Sssniperwolf. Just kidding. I have no intentions of courting this woman. I think I would have better luck seducing a rattlesnake into biting my flaccid cock. In the Dark Side of Reaction content video, we touched on Sssniperwolf and her amazing reaction videos. For those out of the loop, Sniperwolf is one of YouTube's largest creators, and she's been accused of being a content thief by JacksFilms. In my opinion, her only talent is lying and deceiving her audience, and oh boy, woo, she's been lying right from the start. But we'll get into that. Sniperwolf's content is so great, in fact, that she took a page out of my book and started her very own Doxing Adventures video series, where she showed up uninvited to the home of JacksFilms and posted it on her Instagram before deleting it. I made a joke about doxing about a year ago. That joke got my entire channel demonetized for a month. So what the fuck's gonna happen to Sniperwolf when she actually does the thing I joked about? This woman has no chill. A channel with 34 million subscribers just doxed one of the oldest, most consistent creators on YouTube. This is fucking insane.
In my 17 years on YouTube, I've never once had someone come to my home and vaguely threaten me. Sniperwolf needs to be deplatformed. In this exact moment, she turned from a mere content thief to someone who doxes and stalks her critics.
And it's brought up all sorts of questions about what is and isn't okay on YouTube. When do actions in real life and off-platform affect your standing on YouTube? How should doxing be punished? Does YouTube play favorites with certain creators? All these questions and more will be answered. But first, are you too lazy to cook healthy meals yourself? Relying too much on ordering fast food to your house? Then you need to factor in the sponsor of today's video, Factor. You can skip all the grocery lines, meal prepping and planning, and get tons of healthy meals delivered straight to your house. With always fresh, never frozen ingredients, if Gordon Ramsay happens to stop by your house, he won't be disappointed. Each meal can be cooked in a microwave in just 2 minutes. Now that is peak efficiency. They've got all kinds of delicious meals. Black pepper and sage pork chop, jalapeno lime cheddar chicken. They've got vegetarian options, cold pressed juice. And for all you gym rats out there, they've got pumpkin spice protein shakes. These things are delicious. But you need to order soon because all these fall themed meals and shakes are only available for a limited time. So what are you waiting for? Stop ordering that junk food and treat your body right with Factor. Go to factor75.com or click the link down below and use code ACTMAN50 and I'll get you 50% off your first Factor box. That's factor75.com with code ACTMAN50 and I'll give you 50% off. Thank you, Factor, for sponsoring this video.
And now for something completely different.
This whole situation is really unfortunate for YouTube because Sniperwolf is a creator that YouTube themselves have promoted. And now she's doxing another creator and showing up to his house. That's a big fucky wucky to untangle. On her story, she posted, "Should I go to JacksFilms' house? He lives 5 minutes away from my shoot." That sounds like a really good idea if you're a psycho bitch. And then while Jack was live streaming, guess who showed up?
She's in your house right now, Jack.
Shut up.
She's literally outside your
door.
Like 5 minutes ago.
Wait, what?
She's literally right outside your house.
Oh my god!
This is happening right
The
fucking now.
fuck?
Call the fucking police.
Fucking sue
Actually.
her.
Wait, what?
Call the police.
No, there's a
I'm not
video.
joking. She's outside your house right now.
What the fuck?
Holy shit. She literally
on her
posted
Instagram.
a video on her story 5 minutes ago.
I'm
of her
reporting
Oh my
it.
god, she
Yeah.
is. She's outside her house.
Fucking record
That-
this right
She's
now.
fucking doxing you.
Jack responded by tweeting, "Sniperwolf just doxed me on her Instagram. Creepy, gross, violating. What you do is disgusting. You steal content and stalk YouTubers. At YouTube, demonetize this dangerous creator or just get her off platform." She posted an Instagram story right outside our home and deleted it. It's time to get her off the platform. She's no longer a silly creator that steals content, teehee. She's a creep that stalks and threatens her critics. So let's hear Sniperwolf's justification for showing up to his house. "This creep has been harassing me for months, then plays victim, saying I threatened him when I just wanted to talk."
I just want to talk to him.
Why do you have a shotgun?
I just want to talk to him.
Dad, this is is ridiculous.
I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him. I just want to shoot him.
I have no ill intentions. It's so sad when people have to constantly create drama to pay their bills. Look at this asshole playing a victim when I show up uninvited to his house and post this information on my fucking Instagram account. Yeah, apparently this was just a big joke to Sssniperwolf and her sister. Her sister saying, damn, does he not know how to fight or something?
You're laughing. Why is that? This is not a joke.
So were you there? You were there to pick a fight? No ill intentions, huh? We show up at your house. What do you do? What do I do?
Oh, call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me.
I call the police and report you to YouTube. Jack also said, Sniperwolf, you showed up to our home tonight and filmed it for your Instagram followers to see. The harassing you claim I've been doing is documenting recent examples of you stealing creators' content, stealing jokes, and failing to provide transformative commentary. Obviously, it struck a nerve, but wow, doxing me was not on my bingo card. Fucking got him. Of course, Sniperwolf also had to play the sexism card. 400 videos online shitting on someone, but wanting to talk IRL goes too far? Modern men are actually a joke. Modern women are a fucking joke if you're an example of them. Jesus Christ. It's comments like these that really make me want to be sexist. Accusing me of doxing is defamation. I have no idea how to dox.
Liar!
I don't know what's worse. How she's defending herself, or the fact that she thinks anybody's gonna buy this. So I did a Twitter space with like Keemstar and some other guys, and we had a real tough time finding someone who defended Sniperwolf and was on her side. And the only person we could find was someone who thought that doxing wasn't a bad thing to do. I'll play some clips, but this guy just said some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Come on, Vito. She broke the TOS.
She did not break the TOS at all. This is ridiculous. A tiny lady shows up to your house and says, I'd like to talk.
Yeah, a tiny lady who could have a gun.
Oh my God. Maybe
everything,
she has
dude.
a fucking rocket launcher. Maybe she'll shoot you to death with a laser
I
cannon.
literally said a handgun, not a rocket launcher. Said a handgun. You don't have to extrapolate it, Vito. You don't have to extrapolate it.
You know what? I walk around all day afraid of every woman I see because they might have a giant gun.
So that is, she did break the TOS.
How?
Yeah, because if you have beef with somebody and you show up to their house and post it, wouldn't that not be in some way a veiled threat?
No.
And it's clearly
now you're just being
I'm not being
disingenuous.
disingenuous.
So there's nothing to really do anything.
Wait. Okay, I'm having an argument with you, and I show up
Jesus.
to your house. What's the threat?
You serious?
The threat is you might physically do something to me.
Wait.
That might
What
be
if
the threat? That's what I would love.
We're having a disagreement.
I wouldn't even know if you were strapped, so I don't know. You could shoot me if you show up to my fucking house
The
because
mere
we're so
fact that
against
we're having
each
a
other.
disagreement, I can't show up to your house and talk to you about it. That's an automatic threat.
No. What the?
No.
There's an age-old doctrine that I truly believe in. And you know what it's called? It's called get off my property. Obviously, it's the same tactic that's used before where you go after someone's personal information as opposed to settling things in private conversations or even on platform, on like a stream or something. It's like you can't just go wherever the fuck you want. You know what I mean? I think every sane, reasonable individual agrees with Jack and is on his side. And many people felt that what she did warranted immediate, swift, decisive action. It took YouTube a week to take such action by demonetizing her channel. Another one bites the dust. Oddly though, in YouTube's response on Twitter, they said, off-platform actions that put others' personal safety at risk harm our community, and the behavior on both sides isn't what we want on YouTube. Both sides. You know, I completely agree. There were two sides in World War II, and we're never taught Hitler's side in history class. Was he really that bad of a guy?
What's funny about this really is that their actions betray their feelings on the matter too, because if YouTube truly believed that they were both in the wrong, then why is Sniperwolf the one getting the temporary monetization ban while Jack is fine? They know what she did was fucked up, but they've endorsed her before. And they've endorsed her super recently, and I think they just don't want to deal with that.
In all seriousness, I don't think Jack has done anything wrong, but I think from YouTube's perspective, they look at his second channel where every video features the same creator, and they falsely equate it to harassment.
This guy's entire channel is just me. Every single video for the past few months has been about me. And it's just like shitting on me. And then his streams, This dude is just like low-key harassing me. Like, should I get a restraining order?
In reality, JacksFilms is a channel dedicated to essentially pointing a finger at a thief and then making it clear who that thief is stealing from. That's not harassment. Perhaps YouTube sees it as a similar situation with what happened to Leafy, right? He made several videos on Pokimane before he got banned. But Leafy actually did stuff like raid her Discord. Jack is just critiquing. But this also brings up an important point. How many videos can you make criticizing someone or something before it becomes harassment?
I personally have no issue when somebody makes multiple videos. We're all technically, in a sense, maybe not the Ackman more or less, but we've all made videos on the same topic multiple times, most of us in this call.
Dude,
I don't have an issue.
So many videos on Halo.
Yeah. Yeah, 343. Yeah, the 343.
Dude.
That's the low blow.
I especially love the part where YouTube says off-platform actions that put others' personal safety at risk harm our community. I wish they figured this out a year ago, but better late than never. Less than 1 hour after YouTube's tweet, Sssniperwolf posted a half-assed generic ChatGPT apology, twice misspelling the name of the creator she doxed. I'm sorry to JacksFilms. Yes, just the one. He's only made one film. Probably should have proofread this a little. I mean, look, man, I know it's not that important, but you gotta at least get his name right. I am sorry for reacting the way I did. You just had to sneak that in there, didn't you? Lady, you've been reacting poorly for like 5+ years. I'd also like to thank YouTube for holding me accountable. I deserve it, respect the decision, and appreciate the opportunity to learn and grow from a true lapse in judgment.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
And I also don't like this idea that this 30-year-old woman who's been a content creator for a very long time just somehow didn't know that doxing was too much. So I'm not buying this whole it was a lapse in my judgment. It wasn't a lapse in judgment. How insane do you have to be for that to be a lapse in judgment in the first place?
But I think this might be the funniest part of the entire story, as the day before posting this apology, she re-uploaded a video from her main channel to her second channel. As someone who went through demonetization and talked with YouTube staff and whatnot, she almost certainly knew before uploading this that she was going to be demonetized. And if you're demonetized and you upload something somewhere else to try and circumnavigate that, YouTube does not fuck around with that, okay? She was probably advised not to upload anything for a few days at the very least, just like the day before. That's crazy. I think her intentions are pretty clear at this point. She honestly doesn't give a fuck, probably doesn't feel bad at all about what she did. When my channel got demonetized, I waited 9 days before I uploaded something on my second channel, before I tested the waters. I was too distraught to make content. Like, bro, come on. And it's literally just a reposted old video. Like some random nonsense. Now, it's interesting that nobody is upset that Instagram hasn't taken any action against her. Just thought I'd point that out. So here's a big question. What should happen to Sssniperwolf? What she did was wrong and against YouTube's terms of service, but does it warrant a complete ban across the board? Some people agree with that, while others think that type of action is too drastic. Now, if we were talking about someone who was incredibly stupid and ignorant, or perhaps very, very young and new to this, I might be able to look past the whole doxing thing as I honestly didn't know what I did type of moment. But Mrs. I got arrested for armed robbery isn't stupid. She knew exactly what she was doing. Weaponizing your audience against another creator in such a way, when you are at such a high level, is simply inexcusable. The more I think about it, the more I agree Sssniperwolf should not have a platform. Someone who treats the ecosystem in such a reckless, irresponsible way is a liability for YouTube. Exposing a hater to her millions of potentially unhinged, sycophantic followers in the hopes that one of them might be crazy enough to do something is fucked up. She has effectively drawn people's eyes to where he lives and to look up that information themselves. I'm sorry, man, but the bigger your channel is, the higher the standards you should be held to. This is a channel that YouTube has promoted in the past. That's doubly embarrassing for them. There's no way she didn't know what she was doing, especially when her dumbass has made videos about fans that stalked her and followed her home. And again, if Sssniperwolf actually felt genuinely apologetic towards JacksFilms, she would have posted this almost immediately.
Took her a week, by the way, to address this. Instead of understanding immediately that that's something that you just don't do, it took her a week to really marinate on this, to be like, maybe I shouldn't have done this insane fucking thing.
So why hasn't Sssniperwolf been permanently banned? A lot of people early on, myself included, felt impatient with YouTube's lack of immediate action, and out of pure gamer rage, I talked a bunch of shit. And I forgot how this process works, right? YouTube is a massive ship, and big ships take a long time to turn. If we're heading towards a waterfall, might be time to start changing course. So deciding what punishment to lay on one of the most popular creators isn't something that should be rushed or taken lightly. But for a channel this size, I can see from YouTube's perspective, not wanting to completely ban her. Yes, she is a terrible content creator, a stalker, a thief, a fake, and an overall shitty human being. But she makes YouTube a lot of money. It might be a drop in the bucket, but it's a pretty big drop. When I talked on that Twitter space thing, I think it was Nick DeOrio or Optimus that brought up a very good point. YouTube might not ban her because she's stealing content from their competitors and re-uploading it on YouTube. Yes, she's stealing viral TikToks. And from YouTube's perspective, it's like the best of both worlds, right? Why go to TikTok when you can just go to Sniperwolf's channel? That's a damn good point. Sniperwolf's world might be collapsing around her. There had been rumors floating around for many years that Sniperwolf had been faking her gameplay videos or that someone else provided the gameplay. These suspicions have more or less been confirmed as her ex-boyfriend Sausage is suing Sniperwolf for 50% of the channel.
Because he sued her. And in the lawsuit, he basically argues that she can't go on and use the brand to make money and exclude him from all that revenue. Because remember, they started it together, and he claims he owns 50%.
He alleges that he was the major creative force behind the content, that he provided the gameplay, scripts, and even produced the videos. Sniperwolf's job was to sit there and react to the gameplay and pretend like it was her playing. Since Sniperwolf built her name off of being a relatively pretty woman who was pretty good at Call of Duty, this lawsuit is pretty fucking damning. I think it's safe to say that from the very beginning, Sniperwolf has built her brand on lies and deception.
This lady is the biggest bitch in the fucking 7 seas.
But as luck would have it, somehow she gets worse.
Like, doxing is one of the lowest things you can do as a public figure, and if there's anything on the platform that warrants a deplatform, like, doxing is at least in the top 3 things.
Well, Mr. Raygun, if doxing is in the top 3 reasons to deplatform someone, where does sexualizing minors stand? Pedowolf had a few videos on her channel where she convinced minors to twerk in exchange for a glimpse at her boobs.
You want to explain yourself? What are you doing? Making a mistake. Making a mistake.
Sexualizing minors for entertainment is, well, there's no shovel big enough to dig you out of that hole. Sniperwolf has also apparently violated YouTube's policies on child safety. Sexually explicit content featuring minors and content that sexually exploits minors, including minor nudity with comedic intent. That summarizes these clips perfectly. Sure, you could argue they were made with comedic intent, but what's the joke? Minors are twerking on camera because they want to see your tits? I've heard 1,000 9/11 jokes that are funnier than that. As people continue digging into her past, she has been removing potentially controversial videos to cover her tracks. So in conclusion, doxing is bad. Don't do it.
Yeah, you can say that again.
I'll say it before and I'll say it again. YouTube should be a place where we can all hate each other and coexist. Internet beef should never be drawn into the real world unless both parties consent. Remember to ask Jesus. And the more you look at Sniperwolf, her actions and content, the less respect you should have for her. I think given her status, age, and experience, she should absolutely be deplatformed and permanently banned off YouTube. There's simply no excuse for this. I suppose we can take some solace in knowing that she'll at least lose out on a month's worth of revenue, but as Keemstar put it,
for me, I just gotta say this: if she did that to me, came to my house, I would really want her banned. Like, I would want her banned. And this would feel like an injustice to me.
But for Jack and his wife, I imagine this is little satisfaction. All in all, Sniperwolf is terrible, and we should all continue to make fun of her and credit the creators she has been stealing from. But what do you think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the Act Man for more awesome content. Thanks again to Factor for sponsoring this video. Alright everyone, that's all I got for today. This is the Act Man signing out. Peace!